How's it going, folks? So it's been a very, very long time since I've made any posts or made any videos for you folks out there. This is just a quick little look at my projects that I've been working on. We got the water moccasin and the night landing. I've been working on these for a while. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the water moccasin if you follow my channel. I've had a version out there, video of a water test, and it worked. It moved along, but it sat pretty deep in the water. So I've been wanting to, upgrade that one. I destroyed it, used the parts, upgraded to a brushless, did a couple extra things on it. As you can see it here, next to the night landing. You can see the size comparison. So this is a modern one. This is the updated one. The modern one is a little bit bigger than the original. So you could imagine, there's a lot difference between the original and my water moccasin. I have a couple videos on the build on this one. So if you're interested on building your own, look it up. Look up the videos. If you have any questions on those videos after you see them, let me know and I could answer those questions for you. But I was able to incorporate 2 Nerf cannons. These cannons, I've used them before. They're pretty awesome. They're very strong cannons for their size, which is why I really like them. Air Hogs sharpshooter. Air Hogs sharpshooter helicopters. Probably about 10 years ago they came out. Don't quote me on that as far as the time frame, but they're a little bit hard to find. Whenever I do come across them, I try to pick them up. Nowadays, I think folks realize, how awesome those little helicopters are, as far as the Nerf cannons are concerned. But the helicopters are not all that great. But they're pretty expensive. So whenever I come across some cheap ones, I pick them up. So these Nerf cannons do shoot remotely. They're set through here. This actually comes off, and you have to actually pull back and prime the cannon, and then you could just set it on its way, and it remotely shoots. Like I said, those cannons are pretty strong. They shoot about, I want to say, between 20 and 30 feet. Yeah, for the size, it's pretty far, and they're pretty strong. I was able to incorporate also the fan function. Although the fan function and the light function, I couldn't get them to work off of the receiver from the remote, the receiver and transmitter. Somehow or another, it's too strong of a current, and I don't really know how to lower the current in order for the function to come through. I'm sure it's something to do with the electric speed controller or the little go-between between the transmitter and the actual function of the lights and the motor for the fan back there. I know that there's resistors out there that I could put in place. I just haven't gotten around to seeing or looking up those YouTube videos where they can help me out in configuring it in order for me to incorporate it into the transmitter and receiver boards. So I keep it fairly simple. I bypass the lights and the fan functions to a 3.7 volt battery that's rechargeable. You could take off this cap, the engine cover, and you see this big slot here that's been cut out. That's for a rechargeable cable. The battery, you can access this. The battery is inside, tucked away, where you can get access to it if that battery ever dies, and you can replace that. But so we have the switches, 2 different switches for the fan. So, I could run the RC without the fan or put on the fan, so you could, the little water does, fly off from the fan. So it does have a nice little push, so it gives it a good effect. And also the lights right here. As you can see, the cockpit area has been enlarged, just because when I did the cuts and I enlarged the whole vehicle itself, I did have to go into the cockpit, so it has a lot more room in there. There's the Copperhead figure in there. He sits comfortably. He has plenty of space. The lights are pretty cool. I like the placement of the lights. It kind of worked out. Those are some RC lights that I had lying around. Let me see what else. As you can tell, the stickers, I opted out from putting the sticker down here because the water line does come across right about this point. Any sticker in the water line is going to get bubbly and it's going to get deformed sooner or later. So I avoided that. Put some stickers out here. These stickers are from the modern water moccasin versions. I think the fang boat, they call it. I could be getting that wrong. And it has a little sticker right here for the Destro V12. It's kind of iconic for the water moccasin. It does work off of a brushless jet boat. A small, I believe they're like 124, 120 scale jet boats. It's the intake is down here. It is brushless. It has a little control. So this nozzle here is also integrated just with some paper clip wire incorporated into the vanes, into the fan blades here. So when it does turn, it does turn these blades. So it has that function. It has that look, the actual look of it. I did take it out for a water test, and it was a little bit wobbly. It was wobbly. It didn't have these vanes that you see here. It was, when you think about, you know, a raft, right? A raft, it's flat, it's right on the surface of the water. It doesn't have too much tension for it to like turn quickly or any of the sort. So if you step on it one side or the other, it's gonna just flop around the water. It doesn't have too much stability. When you think about surfboards, you take away the fins from the bottom, or even paddle boards, you forget to put the fins on the bottom, you're gonna have an unstable platform. So when you step on it, it's just gonna go all over the place. It's basically sliding on, if you would, you know, think about it, it's like sliding on ice, right? But it's unstable ice. It's just slippery all over. There's no real friction to keep it in place. That's what happened. So when I was driving it out there without the vanes, it would turn, but it would just kind of like flop around. Didn't look too stable. When I started looking at other vehicles that I had, water vehicles and other RCs, I noticed they had those vanes right here, these little channels. They are hollow, so it does add a little bit buoyancy, which is good. Hopefully they stay hollow. But if not, no big deal. It doesn't lose that much buoyancy. I'm hoping that that's gonna help the stability of it. If not, then I came across doing a little bit of research on RC boats, and I noticed the RC boats have these. On my old version, I had to put these for stability. I'm hoping not to put these, and that these just these little channels help the stability of it. But considering the size of it, who knows? So we'll have to see how it handles in the water. If it doesn't handle good with this add-on, then I'm gonna go with the fin stabilizers here, and these just go in the back, and they just help it when it's turning and to keep a better line. As far as the turning angles, it's pretty darn good. It's good as far as being able to turn on a dime. It doesn't have reverse. I don't think it really needs it. I can program the chip, which is a oh my gosh, I always forget this one. Radio Link programmable chip, which is pretty cool. It's just an app, and they're fairly simple to program. And I could program reverse on this, but I don't think it needs it. I don't think it would even help that much, because it just turns on a dime. This turning radius is pretty awesome as it is. So one of the things also that I wanted to do that I didn't do with the last version of this was make it accessible to the inside. which is good because the water test that I had done before, somehow or another, the transmitter, I'm sorry, the receiver, kind of wonked out on me. It just burnt out or something happened to it. This is pretty watertight, so it wasn't water that got to the transmitter, but I was glad. So it has connection points up front, in the middle, and in the back, underneath those hatches. So I can actually take this top off. It's pretty watertight through here. I put seals on it. You can't tell, but there's rubber seal here. There's foam seal there. So all this area here is pretty foamed up, and it's pretty tight, watertight here. Here you can see, now that I have it off, you can see where you charge the cannon here. You just pull back this, and then you just charge the cannon, and then it's charged, and you can see it. It is one shot situation for these cannons, where you have to reset it and reload it, of course, every time you shoot it. But it's pretty fun having that capability to shoot the GI Joe boats. Oh yeah, and in here you can see there's a little raised tray, just in case there's water that seeps in somehow or another that missed the spot. So there's a little raised bed there that where the battery sits. Also the transmitter is sitting a little bit high up here, so it stays away from the low points of if water accumulates for some weird reason. So far so good as far as the seals are concerned on this one. Hope to make a test drive of this vehicle, one that I can feel comfortable with sharing with you folks, and here within maybe a week's time. Again, if you have any questions after you watch the videos, try to watch the videos. Maybe I could answer those questions before you ask them. But after you watch those videos, if you still have the questions, let me know. Shoot me a message through the YouTube channel for that particular video. That way I could reference it. I know what I can reference what you've seen, and we could answer that question for you. All right, folks. You folks take care out there.